If you see my shangi, it is in this. The more I include the nutrients, the nitrogen, the cup still remains the same. But if we take for Wanjiko, it doubles. Wanjiko is here. It doubles shangi. So why should a farmer plant shangi, though they normally used to plant it because of the popularity in the market? But now Wanjiko is coming up.
Na asante sana mpenzi mtazamaji wa Manoti TV na vile vile mpenzi wa Fletcher Media. Leo hii tumetembea katika eneo la ASK Showground ambapo tunajionea mambo mengi, na tumefika hapa katika hili eneo ambalo tuko na mgeni hapa, na atakuwa anatuelezea nini kinafanyika hapa katika hii stand yake, na atakuwa anatuelezea majina yake, anatokea upande gani na mambo kama haya, alafu tutakuwa tunapiga story moja mbili na yeye atuelezee kuhusu mambo na ukulima wa viazi, kwa sababu ninapotazama kwenye meza hii naona ni ukulima, mambo ya ukulima wa viazi. Kwa hivyo kabla tusonge sana, you'll tell us your name, unatokea wapi na siku ya leo mnafanya nini hapa, especially juu naona hapa viazi kwenye meza.
Kwa majina ni Felicitas Makao. Nimetoka Egerton University. Mimi ni mwanafunzi wa Masters in Horticulture Egerton University. Tunaelimisha wakulima katika ukuzaji wa mbegu ya viazi.
Kwa hivyo Nakuru, tukiangalia Nakuru tunapata kwamba maeneo mengi sana yanafanya ukulima wa viazi, maeneo ya Mount Narok, Egerton, maeneo mengi kwa viazi. Kwa hivyo naona hapa kwenye meza hii kuna hatua nyingi ambayo viazi inapitia, different procedures viazi inapitia kabla iweze kumachua. Kwa hivyo utatuelezea kidogo kwenye hii stand yako the whole process ya from planting mpaka harvesting, hivyo kisonga.
Okay, in seed potato, for you to have a seed potato, you have to make sure your seed, the source of your seed is clean and certified by KEVIS. We normally start from the lab where we produce the in vitros, then to the greenhouse where we add in our in vitros and we produce the apical rooted cuttings and mint tubers in the greenhouse. Then we take them to the field, either as mint tubers or as apical rooted cuttings. Once we take them into the field, we will produce seeds at a stage of pre-basic and basic before they reach to certification 1, 2, and 3. Because in certification 1, 2, and 3, that is where now the farmer gets access. The farmer will obtain the seeds at certification 1, 2, and 3. So me, Egerton University being a seed merchants or seed multipliers, we will take our seed, our tuber. If you see in my tuber, you can see the sprouts. These sprouts are the ones which I will take them into my lab. I will take this sprout, I will remove it, but before I remove this sprout, I have to make sure my seed is very clean. It has to undergo a process of cleaning to make sure the seed is clean before I remove my sprout. Once I remove my sprout, I cut it into pieces using a scalpel, which is clean and which is disinfected. I cut them into pieces. If you are keen in this sprout, you will see there are eyes or where there are potentials of other sprouts coming out. So once I cut them into pieces, like here, I can have about 7 pieces or 8. I take them into my lab, put them in a stock solution or in a media, nutrient media, where in that media, all the nutrients required for the growth of a plant are there. So once I put my sprouts there, they will sprout as shoots. Like in this photo, they will become out as this one. So once they are out, it is like this. I have removed my shoot, I have cut it into pieces, I put them into my nutrient media, I have the sprouts. Once they are at this stage, we call them in vitros, because they are inside a glass, in vitro. So here, at this stage, once they are ready to be taken out, I take my in vitros, then I harden them in the sand, inside a greenhouse. Once I harden them in the sand, now I have 2 ways where I can produce the seed. From those in vitros, I can produce the apical rooted cuttings, or the mint tubers. For mint tubers, I will take the hardened in vitros in the hydroponic or aeroponic unit. In the hydroponic unit, I will use a soilless media. Mostly we use cocoa peat and pumice and grow them in traps. I produce the mint tubers. Or I use aeroponic unit where you suspend the plant in the air, then you feed through mist. Then you produce the mint tubers. Once I get the mint tubers, I take them out to the field. Then now once they reach to the field, I will have those multiplication either as basic, certification 1, certification 2, up to certification 3. Once they reach certification 3, you go back again because there is no beyond certification 3.
How long does a tuber take to sprout?
It depends on variety. Like for example, for Shangi variety, it will take 1 month. But for long dormancy varieties like Wanjiku, Unica, Malkis, it will take 3 to 4 months for them to sprout.
Which variety?
This is Shangi variety. Shangi variety we normally grow mostly because it is popular. It is mostly needed by farmers, and because of that short dormancy, a farmer doesn't want to wait for the seeds. It's just something which he can harvest and return it back to the field. That's why Shangi is very popular, and even in marketing, it's very popular in marketing.
So, what about the issue of transplanting? Because I can see these are kind of a bed.
These are apical-rooted cuttings.
Yes, sir.
They are produced in trays.
Yes, sir.
So, for me to produce the apical-rooted cuttings, I will go to my hardened in vitros. From the hardened in vitros, I will come up with something we call mother plants. These are mother plants. If you see my mother plants, you can see I've made some cuts. From my mother plants, once my mother plant grows, I will take all the apical. That's why they are called apical rooted cuttings. I will only take the tips, like this one. And I make sure my tip has 1 knot and above. It should have 1 to 2 knots. It should not go beyond that. Once I take, this is like the apical one, I root it in the tray. Then they are the apical rooted cuttings. Using a soilless media, cocoa peat mostly is used because cocoa peat is easy to clean and you can recycle as many times as you want. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So during this process, maybe any fertilizers required or any spraying required?
For in greenhouse, in the lab, there is no fertilizer required. But for the greenhouse, for you to produce the mint tubers and the apical rooted cuttings, we normally use nutrients which are called the stock solutions. Specific, the yapo, mint tubers and apical rooted cuttings. It's not the normal DAP in the market or the NPK or the nothing. So I just feed my in vitros. I feed them through fertigation. Yes.
As you can see here, there are some sizes indicated. Size 1, size 2.
Okay.
You can explain about the sizes.
So once we come to grading of seed potato, for you, if you are a seed merchant, you have to grade your seeds. In grading, we have only 2 grains which are allowed by KEVIS. That is in grade 1 and grade 2, or size 1 and size 2. The size 1 is the egg size. We normally call it egg size for farmers. Mm-hmm. And that is about 26 millimeters to 45 millimeters. If you see, it's like an egg size. Then for size 2, it's bigger than the egg size, but not aware. So, why do we use the size 1 and size 2 and not charts and where? For charts, if you see the size of charts mostly they will sprout 2 sprouts. Maximum is 2. And we normally say once you mostly sprouts of potato, 1 sprout will give you a maximum of 2 tubers. So if you have 2 sprouts, you have only 4 tubers. That is why charts. It's very small, but the sprouts are very. They are small, or they are minimum. They produce minimum sprouts. So for size 1 and size 2, for size 1, this one produces 7 sprouts. So if I have 7 sprouts, I have 14 tubers. For So size 2 is 9 sprouts. So I have 18 tubers. So if there's a farmer who is farming who is doing climate smart agriculture, because we normally believe you have to plant and get something in the pocket. If you go for charts, you will have very low yield, but the cost of production cuts across all the sizes. Because the number of bags I will use in charts, they are the same number of bags of fertilizer I will use in size 1 and size 2. So you will see the cost of production it cuts across, but your yield is very low compared to the farmer who obtained the size 1 and size 2.
So, like as an expert, which variety do you prefer for farmers, especially in this Rift Valley region? Maybe a farmer is residing in Nakuru, Molo, and its environs.
Okay, if I can recommend a variety, from the varieties we have grown, our best variety for now is Wanjiko variety. One, because Shangi variety, we have grown Shangi variety, but Shangi, even if you increase nutrients, have to the highest level, they will only increase the yield. I have that chart here. If you see my Shangi, it is in this. The more I include the nutrients, the nitrogen, the cup still remains the same. But if we take for Wanjiko, Tindabos, Wanjiko is here. Tindabos, Shangi. So why should a farmer plant Shangi, though they normally used to plant it because of the popularity in the market? But now Wanjiko is coming up, is picking up, and that's why we are training farmers why they should hand off to Wanjiko, unlike Shangi. Again, apart from the yield, the Shangi variety, it has very short dormancy. So the farmer has to be forced to take the Shangi to the market, whether he or she likes the price or not. Because once you delay and they sprout, you have lost everything. But for Wanjiko, it has long dormancy. You can store your seed until you wait for the market. Wanjiko, you can stay for 4 months while you are still heating before it sprouts.
Okay, is that the maximum size of Shangi, or it can grow to...
Yes, Shangi cannot go to this. You can see, Shangi cannot grow like Wanjiko. So that's why I've told you, even if you feed, for you to get where, it depends on the feeding, how you feed it. So even if you feed Shangi at 100 nitrogen, it will never grow like Wanjiko. The curve remains the same. But for Wanjiko, you can see the difference.
This one is about 1 kg.
Yeah, it's almost 1 kg. And if we are coming to, we will be selling in kgs. Now you will see the farmer will be benefiting.
So can we say potato farming is profitable to the farmer?
Potato farming is profitable to the farmer if you plant the right seed. Okay, you get me? It's only profitable if you plant the right seed. Because if you plant this, is it profitable? If you plant the right seed, the clean seed or the certified seed, we guarantee.
How much do you sell the seeds or the seedlings?
Seedlings, the happy rooted cuttings, one seedling goes at 15 bob, Kenya shillings. For the certified 1 or certified 2, it goes at 3,500. Though this year it has hiked to 4,000 due to the shortage of seeds. Last year we had drought, which affected the seed sector. So due to that drought that affected the seed sector, there was no certification 1, there's no certification 2. That is now why now the price is hiking. But for normal, when the drought is not there, when the farmers are the youths are good, seeds normally goes at 3,000 to 3,500. But for this year, it's 4,000.
Personally, do you grow these potatoes, or maybe you just train farmers on how to grow them?
In Gatton University, we plant for farmers. We are seed merchants. We are seed producers, seed multipliers. So we plant for the farmer, we sell. Yeah, we do business in seed potato.
So you can arguably say that potato farming is profitable?
It's profitable.
So youths should not be afraid of venturing into potato farming?
Yeah, they should do something. They should not just stay because there's no job. They can enter into farming, do potato farming. Then from there, they will have something in their pockets.
What are some of the benefits of maybe potatoes, maybe eating potatoes, or maybe the products we get from the Irish potatoes?
The products we get from Irish potatoes, there are many. Like for now, there are people who are using the products of Irish potato to prepare. Nowadays, there is flour for Irish potato. There's also people who are preparing now soap from Irish potato. Again, it can be used in table, in cooking. You can use it for table. You can use it to prepare chips, crisps. So in agro-processing a potato, there's a lot of things you can do with it.
Over there, I can see diffused light store. What is it?
Then diffused light store, it's used to store the certified seeds or the potato seeds. Then diffused store, we came with it this way. If you see most seed merchants, they are using the cold store to store seeds, seed potato. They are using the cold store. But now we came up with something which can help a farmer, because installing a cold store for a farmer is not easy, and there is no funds for that. So in Hingerton University, we prepared a diffused light store where it has a aeration, there is ventilation. Then we use an insect net to prevent insects from entering inside, because once the insects enter in the store, your seeds will have holes, the molds, the potato molds, they will enter. Then at the end of the day, you don't have potatoes.
Is it stored outside? Because I can see it's portable, or it works well indoors.
What do you mean by outside?
Outside, like you put it outside the house, or it should be indoors there?
No, it shouldn't be on its own. It shouldn't be standalone. It's not. Yeah, it shouldn't be outside. A storage, not a house, inside a house, because we need that aeration and we need that ventilation. Then the door should be there specific. Mostly we find farmers, they are using two doors, front door and the back door. That helps also in aeration, where the air can pass in. When the potatoes they breathe, they produce it's like the living thing. They produce the CO2. So that CO2 that has to be replaced by air. So that's why we have ventilation.
Okay, are there specific specific materials you use to make this, or any material can just make?
Locally available, mostly timber.
Yes.
If farmers, they have locally available materials like timber, the iron sheets, the polythene for aeration, for ventilation. But now for insect net, you have to purchase, because insect net, it's not locally available, but you can purchase.
Inafurahisha sana mpenzi mtazamaji wa Fletcher Media na vilevile mpenzi mtazamaji wa Manoti TV. Leo tumeweza kujifunza mambo kadha wa kadha kuhusiana na masuala ya viazi. Tumeweza kuona viazi aina ya shangi, tumeweza kuona viazi aina ya wanjiku na mambo mengi kuhusiana na ukulima wa viazi. Kwa hivyo ikiwa wewe ni kijana uko pale, ikiwa wewe ni mkulima vilevile uko pale, unataka kuzamia hili swala la kuweza kukuza viazi, sisi tunakuambia kwamba kuja ujifunze mambo mengi, na tuko hapa na mwanadada anapatikana eneo la Egerton, si ndio?
Yes.
Kwa hivyo labda mtu akitaka kupata mafunzo zaidi atakupata kwa nambari ipi na akupate wapi?
Ukihitaji mbegu ya viazi ama mafunzo ya mbegu ya viazi ama ukuzaji wa viazi, utatupata kwenye Hingerton University Seed Unit, Potato Seed Unit. You'll find us there, or you can contact us through 0714 097 915.
Sisi tunasema ni asante sana, na unafanya kazi nzuri ya kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba ukulima unaendelea na uzalishaji pia unaendelea. Mpenzi mtazamaji, tunasema kwamba zidi subscribe na kutazama mengi kutoka kwa hii channel yetu ya Fletcher Media na vilevile Manoti TV. Hadi wakati mwingine, tunasema kwamba mwaka huu ni ukulima, mwaka huu ni masuala ya teknolojia, mwaka huu ni kusonga mbele. Hadi wakati mwingine tunasema bye bye.